In this video, we're going to be talking about safety considerations for after you're finished with the lab, and we will also go on to talk about safety considerations for electrical equipment. After a lab, you should clean your area and store all the materials in their designated locations. It is important that every other class gets to come into a clean working area just like you did. You should dispose of chemicals as instructed to do so by your teacher. Some chemicals cannot be simply poured down the drain, so you should not attempt to do so unless instructed to. You should always wash your hands thoroughly before leaving the lab so that you don't take anything that's on your hands from the lab to other areas of the school with you, and so that any contaminants don't stay on your hands. You may not leave the room until your area is clean and items are put in their proper locations. Remember, lab safety is everyone's responsibility, so no one single person is responsible for keeping everybody else safe. Everyone has to be following proper rules and procedures at all times. When dealing with electrical equipment in the classroom, it is also important that you follow safety guidelines. We need to make sure that all cords are kept up out of the way or pushed to the side so that people aren't tripping over cords in the classroom. This can be a hazard to the person as they trip and fall, or it can be hazardous as the equipment is pulled or yanked off a lab table. If you are going to unplug or plug in lab equipment, please do so from the plug, not the cord. Pulling on the cords can be dangerous and cause electrical failure. It is also important to keep your hands dry when you're dealing with electrical equipment in the lab. This is important because water is a conductor and it increases the risk of electrocution when your hands are wet and you're dealing with the electrical equipment. Always unplug equipment when it's not in use. This gets cords and clutter up out of the way and helps prevent risk. Don't play with electrical outlets when they are not in use. If you don't need to plug something in or unplug something, there's no reason to be in contact with an electrical outlet.